Welcome back to Crypto Spaces, back with another Zora update for you guys. Been a minute since I talked about Zora on the channel. Still bullish on Zora, but Monad kind of piqued my interest, so I wanted to get those videos out on Monad and its ecosystem. But Zora and its ecosystem is great as well too, man. Coinbase is really like starting to get like its own thing, just like how Solana has its own thing and BNB Binance has its own thing. Coinbase is finally starting to like stand out with where it's brand exclusive. You see how Nintendo got Mario and Mario Kart. You could only get Mario Kart and Mario through Nintendo. You could only get like what's it called, Halo? Is it Halo? You could only get Halo through Microsoft. You could only get like what do you only could get through PlayStation? Sony PlayStation. You could only get the exclusive games like Uncharted. You could only get Uncharted through PlayStation, right? I think so. I haven't played video games in forever, but you get my point. Coinbase is starting to have its exclusive projects like Monad with the ICO, Zora with its social media platform, the Zora ecosystem, the Monad ecosystem. Binance BNB has like its own little culture, and Solana has its own culture as well with the pump fund, and its own D-apps. And it's kind of like brand exclusive stuff happening with these different platforms. And I'm personally like I like Coinbase's brand the most, right? So that's what I'm covering on my channel, right? I like the brand of Coinbase the most, and Zora is one of those projects that I think will do extremely well. Like I said, 100,000 Zora is a lot, man. $4,155 for 100,000 Zora, right? I think that is a great investment. And obviously, if it's too much, just go 50,000 Zora for $2,077, or you could go 25,000 Zora for $1,000, $1,038, right? I think Zora goes to $1, very possible, if not higher than $1. 10 bill market cap, max supply for $1 for Zora. I think that is very possible. And again, Zora has recently started to make waves once again with Nick Shirley, creating a Zora, right? Nick Shirley is, let me go to Deck Screener 1 second. Let me pull up Deck Screener real quick, 1 second, guys. Here we go. So the Nick Shirley, massive YouTuber in Web 2 who covers like journalism on scams, scandals, etc., launch through the Base app, right? And once you launch your creator, you start creating on the Base app, that is instantly made into a Zora. So it is paired with Zora. I've said this time and time again. So imagine millions of people that decide to create on Zora, just like there's Instagram and TikTok. That's going to be extremely beneficial for Zora, and that's going to help its price action in the long term, right? Because when these, creator projects, creator coins, or these base posts, they're called base posts, right? Already got good branding there. Let's base post. Let's start base posting. All of those base posts are a Zora, and the more and more they are, the more successful Zora will be. Even if you're not seeing the price action being positive right now, it's going to be, because eventually you're going to see bigger names start to base post, viral names. And there's going to be people that base post and have an actual successful creator coin that goes to 100 mil, if not $1 billion market cap. That's possible as well too. And I think that's going to be the case, right? So Nick Shirley right here. You take a look at the website on the Deck Screener. This is his YouTube channel, 1.17 million subscribers. Just covered the Minnesota dollar fraud scam with the daycare centers, the child facilities, right? Just did that scam, exposed that. It's so sad to see what is going on with the scams and stuff like that in the country, man. But we're this is why we're in crypto. Crypto, in my opinion, is the best way for decentralized freedom, so you can control your money and you don't have to deal with the big banks, etc., right? So yeah, this is very bullish, and just wanted to do a Zora update because of this, because you already saw Zora made a nice little pop because of that. Pull back once again, but it's the macro market, man. We need I don't know how, like, does it always let me ask, right? Does it always have to be Bitcoin has to go up for altcoins to do well? Because there's some great altcoins out now. You know, these are not vaporwave projects. Zora is not vaporwave. You know, Zora is not vaporwave. Virtual is not vaporwave. Sui, Say, Network, Monad, they're not vaporwave. So is it only if Bitcoin does well that altcoins have to do well? Can't we get a white swan event? Can't that change where altcoins do well and decouple from Bitcoin? That'd be fantastic. But yeah, it's the overall market that's keeping down the price of these great projects, man, and that will change, right? So you just have to weather the storm. In my opinion, Zora in a great spot. You know, more creators are being onboarded. The number of active users of Zora is exponentially increasing. Even more famous Web2 personalities are coming to Zora. That is awesome to see. And, you know, very bullish stuff, man. Like I said, I think Zora is a great gem. Next stop could be 10 to 20 cent, 30 cent from here, and then eventually $1 to $3 for Zora, if not $5 in the future, right? You could truly see that 50 bill market cap for Zora, because the max supply has to go to 50 bill for it to get to $5. That's very possible. It is. It really is, for the utility that it provides. And this is not vaporwave, like I said. This is actual utility here. So, as always, thank you all so much for tuning in. Remember, none of this is financial advice. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.